Dropshipping just doesn't work the way that it used to. The days of slapping a random product on a crusty Shopify store, stealing content, and blasting Facebook ads, dead. Sure, you'll hear stories like, well, that guy made $10,000 in 3 days with this one viral product. But I've mentored hundreds of clients in e-commerce over the past 4 years, and I've literally watched the model slowly die out right in front of my eyes. Here's the truth. Traditional dropshipping is dead. From this point forward, dropshipping will only ever be a means to an end. However, using dropshipping strictly as a way to test and validate product ideas before really taking them to the market, that is what smart e-commerce sellers are doing today. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But in this video, I'll also be telling you why 99% of dropshippers fail, the exact steps to build a real e-commerce brand in 2026, how to use AI to speed up the process of validating your ideas without wasting any time or money, and how to create something sustainable, profitable, and most importantly, legit. Oh yeah, and by the end of this video, I'll be sharing with you the secret, new, and most profitable venture that all e-commerce sellers are flooding towards right now. So let's get into it. First, I need to take you back. Because look, I started dropshipping when that shit was the Wild West. $5 a day ad budgets, 10x ROAS on brand new products with cold traffic ad campaigns. You could go from zero to hero overnight. The first product that I made 6 figures with in pure profit were these UVC sterilization lights that I started selling right before the pandemic hit. The market timing was perfect, and I ran up a huge bag in a short couple of months before everything came crashing down in my face, which I'll explain in just a moment. But you see, this approach no longer works because ad platforms got a heck of a lot smarter. Consumer trust disappeared, or basically customers just got a lot more savvy when it comes to dropshipping stores. And ad platforms started banning these sellers left and right. To make matters worse, massive corporations started to take notice on how fast these smaller e-commerce brands were scaling by using social media. And what did they do? They started shifting their 8 and 9 figure marketing budgets right into Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and Google ads, essentially squeezing out all the smaller players. I've seen every year Facebook ad costs have risen by over 20% consistently because of this one fact. And then, as if things weren't already getting bad enough for little dropshippers, AI came and hit hard. Not just for product research or writing copy on your landing pages, but AI changed the game for everything on how brands are being built. People were able to rip each other's websites, ads, product photos, copy, you name it, by using little tools like Copy with a K, or even by just putting in a few simple prompts on ChatGPT. And with that, the competition grew even stronger, and thousands of dropshippers were flooding the market every single day, setting up new websites, launching new ads in a matter of minutes. So I think you're starting to get the idea here. Thousands of people selling the exact same products every day using the exact same ads and the exact same websites. It's no wonder why you haven't had any damn success with dropshipping. However, with the death of every golden era or opportunity to make insane amounts of money online comes the birth of a new era of opportunity. And you see, the only people who know this are the people who have been in the online business space long enough where they've seen the rise and fall of multiple business models firsthand. So I've been in this shit for about 7 years now, and I can tell you that is indeed what is happening right now. But don't worry, I got you, because in this video, I'm gonna be explaining the new way that you can build a real e-commerce brand from scratch, and I'll also share with you the new quiet golden era opportunity that everybody is getting rich from right now. So let's dive straight into it. How to build a real brand. Now, before I explain this method, you first need to understand what a real e-commerce brand actually looks like. Let's start by breaking down the 3 metrics that matter the most right now, starting with your CPA, or cost per acquisition. Your CPA is arguably still the most important metric to track in your online business, which basically means how much money are you spending in order to acquire a sale. The lower your CPA, the more profitable you become, the more money you get to take, put in your pocket, and live a great lifestyle with. For example, if you're selling a $40 product, but your CPA is also $40, then it's likely you're taking a net loss on every single sale because you still have to pay for the product to be shipped out. So if we're gonna go ahead and assume the product costs $10, then at a $40 CPA and a $40 price point, you're effectively losing around $10, probably a bit more with fees and other stuff involved, every single time you make a sale. Awful, right? Well, no, actually, massive companies like Google and Apple would be extremely happy to only take a $10 loss for every single new customer they bring into their ecosystem. And why is that? Because of LTV. Think about it. If Apple spends a ton of money on Facebook ads and they acquire a new person to come in and buy an iPhone, what do you think's gonna happen? That person will wanna get the new one every single year. They'll wanna get a MacBook. They'll wanna get the big ass clunky headphones. They'll wanna get the in-ear headphones. They'll get sucked into the whole ecosystem. Maybe next thing you know, they'll be watching Apple TV and spending $30 a month on it. So every one customer for Apple or for Google or for these other massive meta companies is potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of their life. And with all of these big companies pouring so much money into social media, it's squeezing the dropshippers out because us little dropshippers, we can't afford to spend that kind of money to acquire a customer. Why? Because we don't have a high lifetime value of our customers. The whole essence of dropshipping is to try to acquire a sale as profitably as possible because we know that as soon as we get that sale, that's profit, that's money in our bank, and we can move on to the next and the next and the next. And I know at this point you're probably thinking, well, Nate, I don't know how to build the next Apple. I don't even know if I want to build the next Apple. I just wanted to start online business and make a bunch of money so that I could live a good life. Don't worry, I understand that. I'm not going to be teaching you how to build a massive company because quite honestly, I don't even know how to do that myself. But what I do know is how to think differently and how to take the principles that these big companies employ and use it in your own business so that you can make profit online still. So hold that thought for a second, and that brings us to the next most important metric to look out for, which basically means how much your average customer is spending with your brand over the course of their life or their relationship with you. So back to the $40 example, if you know that somebody will buy that product on average 3 times, then each customer is effectively bringing you $120 of revenue and not $40. And that means that if you're still acquiring each customer at $40 and your product cost is $10 per product, then over the course of that customer's journey, you'll be making $50 in profit for every single customer that you acquire using ads. And all of a sudden, if you have the budget for it, you can start to scale these ads effectively. But yes, this is extremely challenging because instead of dropshipping, you have to build a real brand that has an ecosystem that people rely on and will repeatedly come back and buy from you. The rate in which your customers return has become more important than ever. And just for some benchmarks, you should be looking at least a 20 to 30% returning customer rate. Now, another metric that you should be striving to increase is your AOV, or your average order value. This basically means for every single time any customer places an order on your store, what is the dollar amount of that average order? And if you can continue to increase that average by adding upsells, bundles, cross-sells, effectively building a real brand, well, now you might be profitable right from the jump. And when you add the LTV into that, that's where things get interesting and you might really be able to start scaling. But look, now I understand this is a lot easier said than done. Like, how would you even go about building a real brand that has a massive average order value and that customers repeatedly come back and buy from and have a high LTV? Well, as I've been hinting towards, it all starts with building a great product and an even better user experience. It's the little things that go the longest way when you're taking the approach of trying to build a legitimate brand. How smooth and intuitive is your landing page and checkout process? How much trust do you build with your customers that you will indeed be able to alleviate them of their pains? You'll be able to solve their problems. Are you over-delivering and ensuring that with every customer, the value that they receive from your company is greater in which the value that they paid? Whether it's including custom packaging, a small thank you note with a discount code for next time, adding logos and branding to the product itself, these small iterations will go the farthest way when you're trying to build something real from the ground up. Now look, this is going to take some time. You're not going to launch ads today and get profitable results, especially if you're starting from zero. So the next thing that you should be focusing on is acquiring customers in other ways, not relying on paying massive social media companies to push your brand out, and also to subsidize some of the money that you are spending because you're likely taking a net loss on every single sale, or you're just breaking even at best. Remember, it's extremely hard to start a new brand these days and achieve profitable results out the gate. The best way to do this is, instead of running ads, you need to become omnipresent on all social channels organically. TikTok, hire a full-time creator to become a brand ambassador and constantly be pumping out creatives that are built to sell. But don't stop there. Make them use trends and engage with other brands and relevant topics, and reuse all of this content across your website and in your paid media. Instagram, build a real community around your brand. Have somebody dedicated to taking high-quality product images, photos, lifestyle shots of your product in action, people using it, smiling, laughing. Cultivate a real community and a buzz, a hype around your Instagram page. Email or SMS? You should have already been doing this even if you're taking the traditional dropshipping approach, but it's time to step that shit up a notch and provide real value, inspire a movement, or do something completely out of the ordinary in order to stand apart from all the other emails that's hitting your customer's inbox every single day. Now, don't get me wrong here. Doing all of the stuff that I just mentioned will for sure help you build a real brand and maximize the amount of money that you're gonna make in the long run. However, we want to get rich fast, or at least that's why I think you guys are tuning into my channel. So I'm also here to tell you that you can still get rich in the short run by increasing your volume and output. Moving into 2026, content is king across pretty much every industry. I have friends of mine doing millions of dollars a month with a decent profit margin, by the way, but these guys are absolute savages when it comes to the content. They're pumping out 20 to 30 organic videos a day, and on top of that, they're taking the 20 to 30 best performing ones and pumping them into Facebook ads every single week. They're running ads on all platforms, and they've built a content machine and made the right hires so that it runs on its own. Through this amount of sheer volume alone, you can still find viral ads and marketing angles that are going to make you profit even in the short run. And even better, while doing this, you're starting to build up a moat and a real brand that will make you money for many years to come. We've all seen Feastables by Mr. Beast. Started off as just a chocolate brand, but that guy's made it into a whole damn movement now. Or there's another company called Bloom Nutrition. They focus on the aesthetics and the storytelling aspect, really nurturing the long-term value and connection they have with every single customer. I also have a friend named Davey who started a brand that did hundreds of millions of dollars in sales called the Oodie. And they started off with these massive Snuggie-like hoodies that you could lounge around with and wear at night, which was basically just a dropshipping product. But again, they turned it into a real brand. They iterated on the product. They came out with new generations of it, and they built a real community of loyal customers who loved the experience and wanted to come back and buy more for others. Now, before you go and try to build the next Oodie or even Feastables, you have to validate your offer first. And to do this, I actually believe you should take a more dropshipping oriented approach. So here's how to test your offer, or your product, or your niche idea without wasting money and time unnecessarily. Step 1. With AI, you can now build a clean and branded website around any product out there in a matter of minutes. I myself have an AI store builder that is free to use, and in just a couple of clicks, you can import a product you would like and build a fully clean, aesthetic, branded website around that product. It'll be linked down below in the description, so make sure you take full advantage of that. Now, once you have your website set up, maybe you've made some tweaks, you made it feel more like a real brand, you need to find a niche and a product and offer that you want to test. And don't worry, in the future, you'll be able to iterate on your product, add more products, and expand your brand in a million different ways to generate more revenue. But for now, all you need to do is ensure that you have a worthy problem to solve and there is enough demand out there for it. And the best way to do that is by using AutoDS. I've been partnered with AutoDS for the past couple years, and I can personally promise you they have revolutionized the game when it comes to dropshipping, and even more specifically, testing and validating new products and offers. In one click, you can pair the AutoDS app to Shopify. From there, they will be giving you a full host of winning and viral trending products that are guaranteed to sell on their platform every single day. By clicking import to store, it'll automatically set up that product on your Shopify store and build out the entire product page for you. And if that's not enough, it's literally like hiring multiple virtual assistants inside of your business, because in just one click, all of your orders will be fulfilled, tracking numbers will be sent out to your customers, and they'll triple check every single product before it leaves their warehouses, which are also in the USA for extremely fast shipping, to send to your customers. And the good news for you is if you use the AI Store Builder, we also integrate that with AutoDS to make everything seamless for you guys, and you can be testing products in literally 15 minutes after you leave this video. So once you have all this stuff ready to go, I then recommend you start doing some market and competitor research. Find 2 to 3 big competitors in your space selling the same product with a different angle or even the same offer and angle, and just validate that they're doing numbers. Use websites like Minia or Dropshipping that will literally show you how much revenue they're generating, and start funnel hacking their website, their landing pages, their checkout flows. From there, simply just take and replicate exactly what's working for other brands selling the same product as you. Search through all of their content on the Facebook ads library, even go to their organic content on TikTok and Instagram, and make a spreadsheet of the most viral videos out there for the same product that you're going to sell. This is by far the best place to start. Go ahead and order your product in from AutoDS to your house, start filming video ad creatives in the exact same style of ones that have blown up, maybe even hire a UGC creator or get a friend to help you create a ton more content around the product. Consider even using tools like Make UGC to have AI actors creating videos of your product online in literally minutes, and start throwing all these videos on new, fresh, branded TikTok and Instagram Reel pages. From there, take the top performing videos and start running them as low budget tests. $50 a day on Facebook ads. But also make sure you keep up with posting 3 to 5 new creatives per day on your organic accounts at least, so that you can see if there's any of them that are going viral or that are speaking to the people who want that problem solved. When running your ads, primarily check on a few key metrics like your CTR and your add to carts, just to validate that people are actually interested in your creatives and what you're presenting to them, and of course they're actually interested in possibly purchasing your product as well. If things start to pop off right off the bat, well then, good for you, you're lucky. Maybe you do have a winner and you're gonna make money just like we all did in the old days of dropshipping. But for most of us, this shit's gonna take a long time. We're gonna have to constantly split test the offers, split test the landing pages, split test the headlines, split test the creatives. We're gonna have to film and make creatives until we're pulling our damn hair out of our head, and that's what it takes to be successful today. Now listen up, I understand that I just threw a ton of info at you, and this isn't really the most beginner-friendly stuff. I went raw for a lot of this video, and I basically just told you guys a lot of thoughts from my own brain, which I understand. I've probably been in this space longer than you. I've been doing online business for 7 years, so some of this stuff may have went straight over your head. But I cannot sit here and lie to you. The cold, hard truth is that in order to be successful with dropshipping today, you have to go deep into the weeds. You have to become obsessed, face a ton of trial and error, and continually pick yourself back up off the ground every single time that you get knocked down. Now, maybe you're a complete beginner and you're sitting there like, Nathan, I don't want to deal with all this inventory, packaging, fulfillment. I just want to make money online with high margins. Is that too much to ask? I got you. Because if you don't feel like building a massive brand and finding success in today's physical product landscape, there's a new sheriff in town, and it's called selling digital products. Instead of selling physical items, you're selling items like online courses, communities, memberships, masterminds, AI prompt packs, ebooks, templates, guides, PDFs, coaching programs. I could go on. A digital product is basically anything that you can sell directly over the internet and people don't actually have to have physically in their hands, which means that you make it once, you sell it forever, and typically you get to keep about 90 to 100% profit margins on this business. And I've personally made over $5 million over the past 3 years selling digital products, and I can tell you from experience, it is a lot easier than building up an e-commerce brand from scratch. Take it from somebody who currently has a digital product business, but also an e-commerce business. Digital products are simply the king of making insane amounts of profit insanely fast and with almost zero headache. I mean, think about it. The customer gets what they paid for immediately. That alleviates any shipping times, any delays, any packages showing up faulty or broken or defective. There's a lot less headache and a lot less that customer can complain about. And mind you, you don't have to spend any money to fulfill it. It's fulfilled instantly, automatically, and you keep 100% of the profit. And now there's platforms like WAP, School, Kajabi, Circle that are making the delivery of this automatic and seamless. And I have a new secret YouTube channel where I'm going all in talking about this business model because I genuinely believe it is the fastest, easiest and most profitable venture to start today. So week over week, I'm gonna be breaking down case studies and breaking down my results on this channel. And I'll leave it in the description below if you're interested in learning more about this new gold rush and opportunity. So finally, my recommendation for you right now is to either take the dropshipping approach to simply test and validate your product and then go on to build a real brand, or dive deep into digital products. I have so many friends that have made 6 and 7 figures in insanely short periods of time. In fact, I was just interviewing a 20-year-old kid making $1 million a month in Miami. You might know him. His name is Brez Scales with digital products. So with that being said, drop a comment if you like this style of video. Let me know what you guys want to see more of on this channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.